To kick off the National Hurricane Preparedness Week, the hurricane hunters made a stop at the Portland Jetport.
When there is any sort of impacts coming to your area, we're working really hard as a team to get all of that information to you as soon as possible.
The whole point of us being here is to remind people that hurricane season is coming. It starts in less than a month.
Scientists from NOAA, or the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, say just because we're in Maine and haven't seen a direct hit of a hurricane since Bob in 1991 doesn't mean you shouldn't be prepared.
And that's all the more reason to be aware of it, because if you don't experience something for years, you may not actually know or understand what a hurricane could do if it was to make a direct impact on the state of Maine.
To help spread that message, NOAA enlisted the help of the hurricane hunters, which consist of two elements, one from the U.S. Air Force Reserve, as well as pilots and aircraft from NOAA's Commissioned Officer Corps.
So sometimes when you're going through a storm, it ends up being pretty smooth because the storm's got its act together and there's not a whole lot of turbulence pop-ups, but then sometimes it gets really dynamic and it can be pretty violent. But overall, every storm is different, so it's hard to tell until we kind of get in there and get a good look.
Michael Brennan, the director of the National Hurricane Center, says without the hurricane hunters, they wouldn't be able to predict and forecast how strong the hurricanes are and where they're headed.
Well, they really collect some of the most valuable direct data we can get in the heart of a hurricane because they can fly right through the storm. They can give us direct measurements of how strong the storm is, what are the peak winds, how deep is the central pressure, how big are the tropical storm and hurricane force winds, where exactly is the center located, and that data really serves as the foundation for our entire forecast process.
Brennan also acknowledges when it comes to getting the message about impending storms and impacts, their greatest resource is your local television news station.
Yeah, it's a really important role, especially at the local level, because local meteorologists are folks that people in their community watch every day, and they're trusted sources of weather information, and then they can translate the information about those hazards, the rainfall, flooding, the storm surge, the winds, to what's going to happen and what sort of steps people need to take to prepare at that community level.
For more information on how you can be prepared this hurricane season, you can visit our website at the Portland Jetport. I'm Corey Bouchard for ABC7 and Fox 22 News.